Hi there, Crafty Peeps. Enis here from Papercrafting with Enis, and I'm on with another edition for my Disaster Craft Room Studio Redo. Okay, now I know that this image that you're seeing right now is a really weird place for me to start with this video, but there's a reason for it. So, if you'll remember from my first video where I went through my craft room rather cursory, I have this unit here that has my Dymo, my scale, my label maker, and some packing things. And then down there are a number of organizational containers. So today I decided I was going to reorganize my washi tape. So I went digging in there, and I actually found a couple of boxes that are absolutely perfect for my washi. So I'm going to swing back around here to my desk and show you what I found. So I happen to have had two of these containers. These are really, really nice containers. And they do have removable dividers in here, so they are perfect for the washi. So remember, I also avoided looking in some of the drawers when I did that first video. But today we're going to take a peek inside the drawer where I have my washi. So give me just a second to get over there. So this cabinet here was one that this table was blocking, and it had all of the dies sitting on top of it, and I couldn't get into the drawers. So let's look in this drawer here. So this drawer has a lot of different things in it, but it is relatively organized, okay? So I've got a lot of my tapes back in here, and then these are ones that won't fit in there, and there's also some glues in there. I do have some inks here and some blenders and some other things for die stamping. I have some beadable pins and some little clothespins there, my cloud whip. Oh, a variety of things. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is my washi storage. So let me just move these tapes out of the way. And you can see how I had been storing my washi. So what I did was, some time ago, I took a box apart and I made this storage myself, okay? So it's not the prettiest, but it worked, okay? So I'm going to take this one and put it over on my desk. So give me a second. Okay. And then I have another container of washi there. Now, I'm not a super big washi user, so what I have is more than I need. Some of it I got from Temu, some was gifts from my sister, some I picked up at Michael's or Joann's. And so that is what I'm going to organize. So now you can see I have all this empty space here, and I think that with my new organization, I'm going to be able to stack the two containers with the washi in it, and it's going to give me a lot more room in this drawer to make room for all of these tapes. So let me just dump them down in there for the moment, and I'm going to pause the video. We're going to look at the washi, and then I'm going to pause the video again, organize my washi, and then I'll be back. So give me just a second. All right, so this is the extent of my washi. It's not a lot. I do have some collections that kind of go together, or some that at least coordinate in a variety of colors, and I've got some pastel solids here, and then here we've got some Christmas and winter ones in there. So like I said, I'm not a big washi person. I do like it. I don't use it that often, so this is more than enough for me. And honestly, if I didn't have something better that I was going to store them in, I probably would destash a lot of this. But, you know, maybe I should start using my washi. I do have a pretty collection. Okay, so this is what I've got, and you can see my great storage I came up with. This was an Amazon box that I just cut up and taped together with some packing tape to make little columns. This actually was a box from, I believe, scrapbook.com that I just cut up, and you know, it was perfect and it worked at the time. But now that I'm doing a more thorough organization and I have the storage containers, I thought it would be a good idea to actually store it. So I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to reorganize these into my new containers. Well, they're not new. Apparently I've had them for quite some time. And then I'll be back to show you what I've done. So I'll be right back, Crafty Peeps. See you in a few. Okay, Crafty Peeps, you can see that I have emptied out my washi storage. Isn't this lovely? Yeah, well, like I said earlier, it worked for the time, and I was just trying to get stuff put away when I was organizing originally. a few years back, and I didn't want to buy anything, so this was my storage. And I am happy to say that I'm going to take these right now and I'm going to pitch them. Okay, those are going into the garbage. All right, so here is my new washi storage. And you can see here how much nicer that looks. Sorry for the glare, you know there's going to be a glare. But look at how nice this looks. And I had these storage bins in my stash and didn't even remember. That's the thing about having too much stuff, okay? You put it away. You don't know what you've done with it. And when you need it, you don't even think to look for it because you don't even know you have it anymore. So yeah, actually how I came across these was, I still get emails from Temu. And I have not been buying anything from them, but they did send me an email earlier this week, and they were offering these for what they said was a really good price. And of course, it's more than I probably paid for these when I bought these a long time ago. And I was considering buying some to put my washi in. But before I placed the order, I said to myself, Enis, go into your organizational pile and look and see if you have anything. And I saw these. I'm like, wait a minute. This is the exact container that I was thinking about buying today. Yeah, look at this. So I have all of my fancy washies in here. Very, very pretty, nice and organized. And then I have my leftover fancy ones that wouldn't fit into this container. I've got my Christmas ones here. I have some solid colors down here. I've got a few patterned in here. This is actually a roll of vellum tickets, and I just thought this was a really good place. I put a piece of washi on there to hold it closed and drop that down in there. And this is actually, let me get something to get this out of here. This is actually a mini book with tiny little scrap papers on them. So yeah, I thought this was a good place. They almost feel like washi because they're real thin. So that's getting stored in there. So yeah, that's what I've got for you today, Crafty Peeps. So the organization is moving along in Enis's studio, and I'm so proud of myself. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to close these boxes up. We're going to go over to the drawer, and I'm going to show you them in the drawer. Snap them closed. And here we go. Okay, Crafty Peeps, look at how nice that looks. So I have both of them stacked on top of one another, and they look great, and it actually gave me more room because then I could turn this little container around, and instead of having all of my tapes piled up on top of the washies, look at this. They're all in there, all nice and neat now, at least for now. I may reorganize this drawer. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be taking all of my inks out when I get to that point. But right now, I'm just really, really happy with how the washi looks. So one thing at a time, okay? So we have dies done. We have charms pretty much done. We have vinyl done. We have washi done. And I'm going to move on to something else next. So thanks a lot for stopping by. Thanks for catching this video. I hope you're enjoying my little series on reorganizing my craft stash. And I will catch you all in the next crafty video. See you later, Crafty Peeps. Bye.